YouTube, along with first 975. Yeah, serious video. Don't worry. Got some light-hearted stuff coming up. Just, you know, when I see some stuff that kind of pisses me off, for want of a better term, I just gotta comment on it. There's some stuff going on. I guess saying in the community is too strong a term for this, because what's going on is taking place in the community, but the people doing it are certainly not community-minded or community-driven. And it got me thinking. Basically, the point of this video is this: do you think YouTube does enough, you know, to prevent or dissuade bullying, harassment, and out-and-out abuse? Because quite frankly, from what I've kind of been noticing very recently, I don't think they do. Now, I get that it's a massive community. I get that YouTube is huge. But there's a couple of things that just kind of stuck in my head recently that have made me think. I honestly don't think YouTube is taking its responsibilities seriously. You know, they're massive, sure. But when you provide a service as they do, that can be as positive as it is, but quite frankly, is out and out, you know, abusive and threatening and basically cyberbullying, you know, because there's a lot of people out there who aren't necessarily strong-minded, and this could get to them. This could definitely have an effect on them, you know, like a proper negative effect. Now, I'm not talking about your simple trolling channel here, yeah. You know, everyone gets trolled. I've been trolled, you know, you see it everywhere. I'm talking about your out and out, through the roof, productive, abusive, threatening, cyber stalking individuals who just get crazy productive and just go after people at a rate of knots. And I've seen this at the moment, and it's disgraceful. It's disgraceful because these people are going after certain individuals, and then just to piss that individual off, they're then going after anyone they see as a friend, listed in their friend box, and then they're going after anyone they see who's left a comment on their channel, and they're completely filling up the comment sections on their front page. And that to me is just crazy. And like I said, completely filling up. Now, I know you can block a user so they can't comment on your channel, but they can still comment on your videos. So that to me is kind of redundant. You know, YouTube, sort that out. If you block someone, then you block them, period. Alright, so sure, they can set up another account. You know, they probably are going to, because these people are just, you know, through the roof aggressive. So they could just set up, you know, another account, multiple accounts. I get that. So why can't you just do one block covers all, and then you can just deal with these channels as they come and go? But the thing that makes me think YouTube isn't taking this seriously and really isn't doing enough to stop this is, if you go to one of these channels and check them out, and 9 times out of 10, they have no videos. Yeah, they have no videos. They just have a profile with a bunch of made up bullshit underneath, you know? So you could block them. But can you flag the person? Because you can flag a video you find offensive. You can say, you know, sexual content, abusive, threatening, violent, etc., etc., etc. You flag it, and apparently someone will check it out. Well, quite frankly, I've seen videos that have been up for months, even years in some cases. So I sincerely think YouTube aren't actually checking them, to be perfectly honest. But what I mean is, when it comes to a channel page, the only thing you can do is report image violation. Nothing else. You can't say that this person is going batshit crazy with hateful messages against great people. You can't say that. All you can say is report image violation. So what? So if he's not nicked your image, you know, if he's not copied someone's profile, or, you know, or a copyrighted image and passed it off as his own, then that serves no purpose whatsoever. I can't understand why there is such a lack of options on the main page. Sure, right, I get that. If you flag someone, someone has to investigate it, because otherwise you could just flag someone and then they just get dropped. I get that, and I get that YouTube is massive, but that's the one option. Seriously, YouTube, that's the one option. Report image violation? So back to my question. Do you think YouTube does enough? Do you think YouTube does enough to stop bullying, stop abusive behavior, to stop stuff that could be damaging to, you know, a less strong personality or mind? I don't. Now you're gonna, as I said, and you're gonna say the same thing, which is YouTube's massive. They can't police everything. No, they can't police everything. I get that, but there's plenty of things that are online that are massive. You know, online shopping, email accounts, etc., etc. And whenever you have a problem with those, you know, like when you get locked out or whatever, or fished, etc., you know, with my Yahoo account, it took 2 days and someone came back to me. And then it took, a week of proving who I was by answering a load of security questions. I mean, through the roof security questions, like, can you remember anything you bought online, message receipts, etc., in your inbox and stuff like that. And that's good, because obviously you've got to prove you are who you are. But, they came back, and they're big online organizations, and they came back and they helped me. So the argument that something is massive, I don't know. I don't know if I fully buy into that. And also, you're not going to be able to help everyone. I do completely get that. I do understand that. People will always fall through the net. But I just don't think YouTube is proactive enough in, you've got a responsibility. When you set something up like this, it generally is, used for good and is productive and has this great community and benefits a lot of people. There's always going to be people who abuse it, I get that. That's not YouTube's fault. That's society's fault. There'll always be that sort of person who gets off of basically hiding in the dark and poking at people with a stick and generally being a massive dickhead. I get that, and that's not YouTube's fault. However, as I said, when you provide the opportunity to someone, to publicize their stuff or leave comments, etc., then you also owe it to the public to do something about protecting them. And as I previously mentioned, already, so you've got the flagging option, whatever. To me, it doesn't really seem to work that great. And again, the blocking option to me is broken, and the fact that if someone never has any videos and just hides behind an account and just uses it to say horrible, horrible things to people in comments, you can't really report them for anything, to be perfectly honest. So, I just don't think YouTube does enough. I don't know what I think they could do. I don't know. I like to think there's a big group of people somewhere whose job is just to actively surf YouTube. And when they come across something that they think is a bit odd or whatever, drill down for that person, drill down for all their comments or whatever, see where they are, see what they're doing, see if they've got any videos, and basically they're just being out and out negative, bullying, abusive, etc. Just terminate their account. So what would I like to see? I don't know. I'd like to see some sort of form of customer service interface. Ideally, a customer service helpline, but YouTube's probably a little bit too big for that. But a number, in a serious case, a number you could call when someone is in serious distress. Because what happens? You read it in the papers all the time. People have killed themselves because of abuse on the internet. Someone in my country, someone in England, went to prison for trolling someone. In this case, actually, a girl had committed suicide, and a friend had set up a tribute to her on Facebook. And this guy trolled it, absolutely trolled it, in the sense that, the things he was saying was horrible. And I was, for one, was very impressed that it got the serious attention it deserved in the sense that this guy went to prison. Unfortunately, in the United Kingdom, when you go to prison, you come out 35 seconds later, and in prison you have a PlayStation and Sky Sports TV in yourself. So I guess technically he wasn't punished. But, that's a different video. But yeah, someone went to prison for trolling, and I thought that was brilliant. But yeah, it's a serious thing. It does have, consequences that can affect people. People have killed themselves. Whether anyone has because of YouTube, I don't know. But that's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is I would like to see some sort of customer service interface or help desk, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Which is, and you got to remember, there's a difference between being trolled, and this may sound wrong because I'm not a fan of trolling or whatever, but lightly poking at someone, and what I'm talking about with these channels I've seen which don't even have videos, just out and out aggressively pursuing someone, and everyone they care about, and not even everyone they care about, just randomly pick at people who are on their comments or whatever, just out and out going batshit crazy to be as utterly stalker and negative as you can. That is wrong. That is wrong. So if that's happening, I just wish there was a way you could directly, none of this flagging crap, just directly get in contact with YouTube and say, I need you to look at this person. I need you to investigate it, because as I said previously, you do need that human level of interface in the sense that you could say anything about anyone. If they just went, righty, so I'll get rid of them, zap, zap, zap. And a lot of good people would just fly out the window. You do need someone to look at it, explore a little, whatever, and check it out and just go, this guy's an asshole. Block him, not block him, blow him away, delete him, just get rid of him, or her, or whatever, or person, or it, or group, or conglomerates, But yeah, and again, I know, it's a big community, so that's not a simple thing to do, but quite frankly, with great power comes great responsibility. That's a Spider-Man quote, and YouTube needs to have this in place, because I don't think the flagging system is working. So yeah, I'm waffling again. I know, I'm very, very good at waffling. But basically, this just kind of comes back to something I've seen pretty recently. You know, we're talking pretty much the last 2 weeks, just the out and out aggressive, you know, aggressive, abusive pursuit of certain people, and it's just, yeah, it's just left a really bad taste in my mouth, to the point where it's just kind of like, if this happened on the street in the real world, you know, it would not be tolerated. And the real world's a pretty big place, you know, yet there are things in place to stop it happening there. There's no way you can say that YouTube is as big as the real world, and the real world, you know, polices itself. So, pretty much, question, do you think YouTube does enough to stop, you know, abuse and bullying? Do you? I personally don't, you know, and or do you even think that they have to? You know, I'd be really interested to know what you think. I just personally don't think that. I think if you provide a service like this, you have to be aware of the negative implementation that it can have, and therefore you owe it to the people on it to provide some form of safety net. And I honestly believe that the safety net they're providing right now, quite frankly, is broken and doesn't work. But that's just me. So, you know, what do you think? I promise there'll be a more positive video next time. It's just I've seen this really recently, and it kind of pissed me off, and you know, I just had to put it out there. I'll see you later.